Hello everyone, this is Miss Imat. For this week, we will be studying about lesson 5.2, function tables. And for today, we will be focusing on the first part of the lesson, which is about creating function tables. So let's get started. So what is a function table? A function table is a table that organizes the input and output of a function. You can create a function table from a function rule by substituting appropriate input values into the rule, then simplifying to find the output. An example of a function table is shown. Now, the function rule is basically your equation. So it's saying that y is equal to 2x plus 3. Okay? Now, if we have these values of x, we can substitute the equation. Remember, the equation is this rule. The equation is 2x plus 3. If I exchange the x with the input values, then in this case, if I substitute it with 1, I have 2 times 1, which is 2, plus 3. Then the answer is 5. And then I can continue doing that. If I substitute the x with 2, I'll have 2 times 2, which is 4, plus 3 equals 7. And then if I substitute 3, I'll have 2 times 3, which is 6, plus 3 equals 9. And then the last one would be 2 times 4, which is 8, plus 3 equals 11. So let's have a few examples so we can practice on making or creating a function table. Here is our first example. Okay. So input. The example is saying create a function table for y equal x plus 3. So this is our rule. The rule is y equal x plus 3. Use the input values negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. So it also gave us an input value negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. And we know that input are the x values and the output are the y values. Now, what do we have to do? You have the rule that y is equal to x plus 3. So what you have to do is to exchange the x with these values. So let's try and do that. So y equal x plus 3. If I exchange x with negative 1, I will have negative 1 plus 3. And negative 1 plus 3 is equal to 2. So the output is 2. Now how about if I exchange x with 0? So I will have 0 plus 3, which is of course 3. So the output is 3. Let's continue doing this. We have y equal, and then I will exchange x with 1. So I have 1 plus 3, which is 4. And then the last one will be y equal, I will exchange x with 2 because of this, and then it will be 2 plus 3 equal 5. So now I've finished creating a function table for y equal x plus 3. It's that easy. You just have to be careful when you substitute and when you simplify so you can get the correct output in your table. Okay, let's have another example. Okay, number 2. Create a function table for y equal 3x minus 2. Use the input values negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. So we know that the input values are x and the output is of course y. And then our rule is in the given, and that would be y equal 3x minus 2. And then the input values that we will put here is also given. So we have negative 2, 0, 2, and 4. So what do we have to do? Since these are the x values, we will exchange these numbers with the x in our rule or in our equation. So let's do that one by one. So here, y is equal to 3, and then we have to exchange x with negative 2. So that would be 3 times negative 2 minus 2. 3 times negative 2 will be negative 6. Now minus 2. And negative 6 minus 2 will be negative 8. And that is our output. Let's do it for the next one. Y is equal to 3. Then we will exchange x with 0 minus 2. 3 times 0 will be 0. Then copy minus 2. 0 minus 2 will be negative 2. Next, we have y equal 3 times 2 minus 2. So that would be 3 times 2 is 6 minus 2. The answer would be 4. And for the last one, we have y equal 3 times 4 minus 2. 3 times 4 would be 12 minus 2. It will be 10. So now we finished our function table for y equal 3x minus 2. So for our last example, let's have this. Complete the function table for y equal negative 4x minus 3. So we have here the input values. So these are the x, or these are the numbers that we will exchange with the x in our equation. So let's do that on this solution part. Okay, so the first one, when x is equal to negative 1. When x is equal to negative 1, it means that I have to exchange this x with negative 1. So I will have negative 4 times negative 1 minus 3. And this will be negative 4 times negative 1 will be 4 minus 3. And the answer for 4 minus 3 is 1. So here will be 1. Let's do the second one. When x is equal to 1, what will be y? So we have to solve for that. So y will be 4, negative 4, and then we will exchange x with 1 minus 3. So negative 4 times 1 will be negative 4. Then minus 3, we have negative 7. So the answer here is negative 7. For the third one, we have x equal 3. So let's have this y equal negative 4, and then exchange x with 3 minus 3. We have negative 4 times 12. Negative 4 times 3 will be negative 12. Minus 3 will be negative 15. So the answer here is negative 15. And then for the last one, I'll do it here. We have x equal 5. So we have to take our equation, y equal negative 4, and then the x we exchange it with 5 minus 3, we have negative 20 minus 3, and this is negative 23. So the answer here is negative 23. Now we finish, and we've completed the function table for y equal negative 4x minus 3. So again, the key is to substitute the x values in the given equation. And of course, after you substitute, you have to be able to perform the operations correctly, or else your final answer will be wrong. So it would be best if you could revisit the rules in integers in multiplying, adding, subtracting, and dividing integers for this part of the lesson. Now I hope everyone has their copybooks with them, because now we will be doing the classwork. Copy and answer the following in your copybook. So you have to create a function table for the following equations using the given input values. Okay, so you can feel free to go back to the parts of the videos where there was an explanation on how you will create the function tables. And again, you have to substitute correctly and do the operations correctly, so you will get the output that is, of course, correct. Again, this is Miss Imat, your teacher guide for today. Till the next video, happy learning!